Hi, my little nitwitches. It's me, Father Anus. Are you totally above propaganda? You've never been propagandized, right? Well, have you ever seen a movie before? Yep, basically every war movie you've ever seen, every cop TV show, that's all propaganda. And not even just like kinda propaganda, it's like deliberately propaganda. And look at this. During World War II, the United States sought to weaponize entertainment as a form of propaganda. In 1943, the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, that's the precursor to the CIA, circulated a memo stating that the cinema is one of the most powerful propaganda weapons at the disposal of the United States and recommended the voluntary cooperation of all motion picture agencies not under the control of the ICS. The Office of War Info utilized cinema for its own ends to rally the public behind the war effort. Wow. In 1953, U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower declared the hand of government must be carefully concealed, and in some cases, I should say, wholly eliminated, and that a great deal of this particular type of thing would be done through arrangements with all sorts of privately operated enterprises in the field of entertainment. Yeah, dude, we gotta show everyone the American way. Oorah, what does it matter? Well, it matters because in order to get access to this military equipment and stuff, the U.S. government, the CIA, signs off on the scripts. They have a say in the scripts. Do you understand that? In Hollywood, many movie and television productions are, by choice, contractually supervised by the DoD Entertainment Media Unit within the Office of the Secretary of Defense at the Pentagon, and by the public affairs offices of the military services maintained solely for the American entertainment industry in Hollywood, who apply to the DoD and submit their movies scripts for vetting. Ultimately, the DoD has a say in every U.S.-made movie that uses DoD resources not available to the open market. So what does that mean? That means that they can change your scripts. That means they can say, oh, this is a little too close to real life. You got to change that. Or, ooh, this is giving them a little bit too many good ideas. Don't tell them about this. Or, ooh, you're making America seem like the bad guy here, but we're not going to let you use our tanks if you do. We're not the bad guy. We're the good guy, remember? Yeah, look, they would revise or discard any that portrayed the United States in a negative light, including material that made Americans seem oblivious to the war or anti-war. Whoa, they were doing that back in the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, and then they stopped in the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. Oh yeah, here's a good example. 4 decades after the release of the 1954 adult animated film Animal Farm, Cold War historian Tony Shaw discovered, looking through the archives at the film, that the CIA had secretly purchased the rights to the film. The CIA also altered the ending of the film so that the pigs, who represented the communists, were overthrown by the other animals on the farm. Top Gun was literally PR after Vietnam to make American war seem cool again. During showings of the film, military recruiters set up tables at the cinemas during its premiere. By the end of the 80s and early 90s, Hollywood producers were stressing scriptwriters to create military-related plots to gain production power from the US military. That's why every show is a cop show. All the Marvel stuff. All this stuff is to keep our brains acclimated to constant violence and war, so that when we look at bombs falling onto children and stuff, we don't go, hey, we gotta stop this, because they don't want to stop it, because they like doing this, because of racism and because of money, dog. So look, we are constantly bombarded with this. We're constantly bombarded with America good, everyone else bad. And this has an effect on human brains. You don't even have to believe me. Just believe Eisenhower. Like, go back and listen to that quote, They put so much money behind this. It obviously works for them. I mean, Air Force One, Apollo 13, Armageddon, Batman and Robin, dude. Captain Phillips, Black Hawk Down. Yeah, isn't Black Hawk Down about... is that the thing with the, Black Rock or whatever, where they... No, maybe not. I don't know. I want to know the real stories behind these movies, honestly. True Lies being approved by them feels like a dark prank, like a super black humor joke on us. Did you see Top Gun? Did you like your Navy and Air Force propaganda? It was pretty tight, actually. CIA collaborated extensively in the production of the 2012 film Zero Dark 30. The documentary Theater of War says that more than 2,500 films and TV shows have been supervised by the military, mostly as well as the security forces. CIA. Dude, music videos, video games, forkin' NASCAR, dog. Oh my god, all sports. You know those Air Force ads? You know that Navy Army game you love every year? It is all propaganda. Because shooting and blowing people up is not normal. So we have to make it constantly normal. It's to keep you acclimated to the constant bombardment of war that America has to drum on the rest of the world. $53 million in funding to professional sports organizations in exchange for pro-military messaging. Because without all of this, all we're left with is the destruction that all this war brings. It goes so deep that the CIA is who funded modernism because it needed to be a stark comparison and contrast to the socialist and communist art movements that were coming out of Russia and stuff. Jackson Pollock's gestural style, for instance, drew an effective counterpoint to Nazi and then Soviet oppression. Modernism, in fact, became a weapon of the Cold War. Both the State Department and the CIA supported exhibitions of American art all over the world. They use our art, our TV, our music, all of it to control us and to keep us in this consumerist brain set. You know why rap music went from being about empowerment to about having cars and money? Do I need to tell you? You understand. Because this is what they were fighting. Soviet propaganda asserted that the United States was a culturally barren capitalist wasteland, which is still true. All we care about is consuming money and having, the best, nicest things instead of like being a decent person or like coming together as a community to accomplish a common goal. It was also a way to control the creative left because they don't like the left that was doing the art and stuff at the time because they worried that some of the artists held communist sympathies or engaged in un-American activities. So my question is, what do you think the CIA is doing right now? Do you think that they shaped up their act? You think they said, we recognize the error of our ways, we're not going to meddle anymore? Where do you think Mr. Beast gets his tanks from? Where does the Daily Wire get $50 million to give to Steven Crowder, who has like 30,000 fans total? What do you think that meeting that Under the Deaf News had with the White House was about? Where do you think Harry and Tall Girl get their information from? Wait, these guys couldn't be doing bad stuff on the internet, right? Right? Oh, wait, I think they are. Oh my god, nightmare scenario. What if they, put like a representative for the agency in like every major business and like every social media app and oh my god, what if they're everywhere? What if they're still active and they're everywhere right now? What if they're trying to keep us divided right now? Oh no, what if?